Welcome to Toffee TV. It is the match preview. West Bromwich Albion versus Everton in a pivotal game for both clubs, I would think. Everton have got a great opportunity to, could go into the top four, maybe for a short time.
Momentarily, yeah.
But just
Psychologically
for us and for everyone else, it could put pressure on everyone else, and it says to, for us, it's huge, isn't it? I think, personally. And for West Brom, obviously, as they are striving to stay in the Premier League, it's another home game for them that they must win. So, big game.
It is. It's a big game. They all feel like we have to win every game now. That's how it feels. And I think when you're chasing European football, whatever guys that's in, and particularly if it was going to be the Champions League, but whichever guys it's in, because the competition is fierce now for those European places this season, you'd expect to beat a team that's second to bottom. It doesn't play out like that. There's no easy games in footy, but that's what Everton will be looking at. The manager and the squad will be looking and thinking, this is a game we should be winning. As tough as it might be, the most important thing is getting 3 points from this one and moving on. And from our perspective, it's a must-win game. But for West Brom, I've seen Sam Allardyce talking, and he almost dismissed this game. And I'm not, don't want to read too much into that, but he'd almost dismissed this game because they got Newcastle at the weekend, and he was like, there's no way we'd win both of those games because the break in between isn't enough. And he went, Newcastle is more important to us.
We've seen him do that when he was with us, didn't he? Through certain games
prioritise his games, doesn't he?
Listen, I'm not taking this game for granted. I think West Brom their form has started to turn. They started to pick up, they've started to look better. When they went to Burnley, they were down 10 men and they battered Burnley. Yeah. They should have won the game. They got a draw against United.
Had one defeat in 5 games.
They got a draw against United. They beat Brighton. Okay, Brighton were unfortunate, but they beat them. But what they're starting to do is they're not conceding goals. Yeah. They've stopped conceding a lot of goals, so it has turned for them. So I'm not sitting here thinking, this is going to be a walk in the park, because it's not. Because even though we're good away from home, he'll look to why we're good away home and try and stop us. And even if it's a case of, we're not putting our best team out or whatever, the work ethic, whatever's been the seeds he's starting to show is still going to be there. So it's going to be difficult for us. He's going to say to us, well, even though you're away, there's the ball. Do what you want with it.
We know that, we've seen it.
So I am not thinking this is going to be an easy game at all. We've got to be good. We've got to be able to put the ball in the back of the net. We've got to create chances. And we know, and I think the other thing is they're good off they've started to look better off set pieces, scoring goals, the Allardyce way. We know it. So, listen, it's a perfect opportunity for us, but it's not going to be easy.
No, they've only conceded 4 goals in 5 games. They got done 5-0 at home by City, and then they've started to try to tighten up since then. And the most they've conceded in a game since then is 2 goals. So, it is a difficult. We know Sam Allardyce, he managed us for 6 months. We know. I know a lot of people want to forget it, but we know how he looks at games. We can remember Tottenham away. We can remember Arsenal away. Certainly Arsenal away when he literally just gave the game up. Which was mad because he should have given the game up by playing all the players who didn't normally get a game and just having a go. But he gave the game up and we still ended up getting done 5-1. And just hearing him the other day, it brought it back to me. It was, saying Newcastle's the game we need to win because if we beat them, we pull them closer to us and all that. But you're right, it doesn't matter. We've seen this before. Teams put other players out to rest the thingies, but those players have got a point to prove. And Sam Allardyce, the one thing he'll have, whether he rests players or he doesn't, his team will have a structure that it won't mind not having the ball. It won't mind having 25% of the possession. It won't mind. It'll play for set plays and stuff like that. Something we've done, actually. So I'm not expecting it to be a high-scoring game by any stretch of the imagination. They're averaging less than a goal a game this season. We've gone tighter, which has pulled down our goal-scoring exploits because we have tried to be a little bit more defensive. But then saying that, we got 2 at Anfield, 3 at Old Trafford, 2 at Leeds, you know, in our last 3 away games. So we are a team that does very well on the road. We're very good at set plays, and with Dominic Calvert-Lewin and Richarlison up front, we'll always score goals.
Listen, we're obviously better away from home. We know that. It suits the way we play. But I think, like I said before, that's what's going to be interesting. I think Allardyce is going to try and flip this game to we're the home team and they're the away team. He's not going to want to have the ball. I know that sounds mad, but he's not. He's going to say to their players, make it so it's like the home game for these. Let them have the ball and then try and take it off them high and create opportunities where you get set pieces, you know, whether it be free kicks or whether it be
it's all about
corners
for them. Yeah, they played Brighton at the weekend. They had 6 shots in the game. They were at home, obviously. They had 29% of the ball. Brighton had 15 attempts at goal. They had 7 corners to Brighton's 4. And they won the game 1-0. Okay, Brighton missed 2 penalties. Had a goal controversially chalked off Lewis Dunk's goal. But West Brom scored off a set play. You know, Kyle Bartley off a corner, whipped in for the header, and you're behind. And Everton can't do... And as good as we've been, offset plays in both boxes, we've got to be like that again. You know, West Brom, he's got them playing 4-1-4-1. They've got Diagne up front, who they brought in from Turkey. It was a handful. They've got him at the top end of the pitch. They've got players, got Maitland-Niles on loan from Arsenal, who's done all right.
Transfer window's massively improved.
Yeah. They've got, you know, players like Diane Garner, who scored a cracker at Goodison, Pereira, who scored a cracker at Goodison in the 5-2. So they've got players we know that can hurt us. If Snodgrass is fit, we know set plays, he's dangerous, whipping them in. So it's, you know, it's difficult because they will have players that make it difficult, and the style of play that he employs will make it difficult. But again, from Everton's perspective, got to go there and do the job. Go there and relax with the ball. We, like you just said, we'll probably end up with 50, 60, 70% maybe of the, maybe not 70 because we don't really like it that much, but we'll probably be mid to high 50s in terms of possession. And it's what we do with it. And obviously for Everton, you know, I don't think we'll see Davies, Rodriguez back for this one. James Coleman won't be. So I don't think we'll see any of those back. So, you know, we had a very youthful bench against Southampton on Monday. It was going to be interesting to see whether Alan can play 2 games in 3 days, you know, just being out for 3 months.
I mean, that is a part of it, isn't it? Part of it is, it's all right him saying, well, they've got another game Saturday or Sunday, but it'll be Sunday, won't it? We obviously played Monday, but, you know, we've just played Monday. They played what? Saturday. So they've had a couple of days extra rest than us.
They play Sunday lunchtime, don't they? I think that's what.
But they've had a couple of days extra rest going into this game where we've played Monday night and we've got those injuries. So,
what would you do with? Because obviously say Alan isn't going to be
available, isn't it? If Alan's not available, then that's a worry because I don't know if Tom's available.
Davis won't.
As we sit here because we don't.
Will be available,
so it's difficult to say. But what we've got to do is get off to a good start in this game because we can't go behind. We cannot go behind against these. Because if we go behind with these will just sit behind the ball for the whole of the game and do what we know Allardyce loves doing. And that's where so we've got to get off to a bright start. So I'd probably look to start a Wobie. I'd look to bring Wobie into the side and I'd say to him, pick up the ball and try and have a run at some of these players. Get at them a little bit. Just start going at them a little bit.
Go like a more natural. Yeah, it's
I might.
It's the makeup of the side, isn't it?
I'd even suggest maybe looking at Sigurdsson and maybe leaving him out and putting a Wobie in that position, and just trying to get at them a little bit more, trying to be a little bit from the start. I think we've got a lot of, the defence looks after itself. So I think we get something like a Wobie sort of halfway.
I guess Alan will be the key because if Alan's out.
Yeah.
If Alan's sub, say the manager goes, I imagine he'll be sub if he's not starting. Then it means the core will have to be your man sitting in the midfield because we haven't got another natural midfield player unless you try Gomez there. So your midfield 3 might end up being Gomez, Sigurdsson and the core. Then you've got, then it makes sense to put a Wobie on the right then. Richarlison on the left Ish and Dom through the middle. Or play a flat 3 with Gomez and Sigurdsson either side of the Corey and play Iwobi in front of them with the other 2 up front and try to get West Brom turning. Because it might be a case of wanting to keep the ball against these because these will want you to give it. So therefore, can you move it well enough? And Iwobi is someone who can dissect defences with a pass. I know sometimes his passing's a bit wayward, but he is good at splitting defences. And that, again, no Sigurdsson. We saw it the other night. No, James isn't there. It's going to be, it's a tricky one because obviously someone like Josh King might come in because we've just had a game 2 days ago and he's not started and, you know, maybe the manager...
Maybe this is the chance.
You know, maybe go...
Well, no, but there's not... Could you... Maybe that's where the manager says, well, we need to stretch these, so we play all 3 of them. And we have a...
This could be a game that is ideal for those as a front 3, I think. With Charles on one side, Josh King the other, and Dom through the middle.
We might, and it might end up being we might be a little bit more back to front, let's say, in this game. Do you know what I mean? You've got Dom's height, you've got 2 wide, pacey men. You know, okay.
Just get them turning.
Exactly. But I do think it's important.
You see, the midfield 3, if he did that, then you could have Gomez and Sigurdsson either side of the core, or you could have Iwobi. You could say to Sig. It's who's the more disciplined out of Sigurdsson and Gomez.
Well, it would be Gomez, wouldn't it?
Right. Is he more disciplined? I don't know. But maybe, yeah, and then because what I was saying was, one way to play it is to have if Alan isn't fit, is have the core, Gomez and Iwobi as your 3rd midfielder but breaking. But you don't have to do that. You could keep Sigurdsson and Gomez either side of the core. And like you say, just turn him at Josh King and turn him.
Well, we know the back 4 is going to be the back 4, isn't it? So that's a big thing. So the back 4 is the back 4. That means you're not going to get much out of Mason Holgate going up the right. No. Dean, yes, you will. But it means you're going to have 3 back most of the time.
But Holgate will be up against Pereira, who's good at travelling the ball. So you want someone who is a good defender against that. And Holgate in general is good at that. Luca Dean will try to stretch them the other side, of course, running at them that way. But you're right, it could be the game where you play the front 3 and just go, what we're going to do is just make sure we've got 5 or 6 back so we're not getting caught on the hop. But when we knock it long, we've got 3 runners in behind you. And those 3, it could be a way to play because it's away from home, you know, and that'd be something that you want to get them running towards their own goal with 3 quick players. And who's quicker than Richarlison, King and Dom?
Yeah.
Because otherwise we haven't got many options. Off the bench the other night there was Iwobi, Bernard and Josh King. Unless you put a real show of faith and go to Tyler Ong and go, right, go and play this Premier League. There's your Premier League debut. I can't see that happening.
I can't see it myself.
So therefore,
not at this stage.
And then Kunku's there, so I mean he's another one who could be a left field one. But I imagine it's more likely to be someone like Iwobi or Josh King coming in. Because I mean, Alan, we do want to protect Alan.
Yeah.
You know, he's just played 90 odd minutes.
It's the recovery, isn't it? For him, it's just the recovery.
He's stiff, won't he?
Yeah.
He's stiff as anything because he's had... I know he's been training for a few weeks, but it's just the first game he's played and he's had to play. You know, I'm sure Carlo Ancelotti, in an ideal world, Everton would have been 3-0 up there with Southampton and Alan could have gone off after 70 minutes. But how it happened, it wasn't, and he had to stay on. So, but all that aside, it's a huge opportunity to just put a marker down and go, right, there's another 3 points. We're not going anywhere. And I think we said before 8 wins. Well, it's down to 6 wins now.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
6 wins gives Everton 61 points without anything else happening. 13 games to go. If we can win Thursday, then it becomes 5. You know?
If we to win on Thursday, then it becomes 4 wins and a couple of draws, doesn't it? To get you to 60 points.
I look at the home games, and we said it before. We've got 6 home games. All 6 are very winnable. There's 2 tricky ones in there in the shape of Villa who are dangerous and Spurs who are dangerous. But Everton are at home, and I expect us to win every home game. As well as them being tricky, Villa and Spurs, they're also very beatable. The pair of them, both below us, so they're very beatable. So,
but they're open.
And you get at them. So then if Everton chalk off another away win here at West Brom, and then you're looking at them, then who's to say Everton can't finish in the top 4? But these are the games that'll define the season. If we go to West Brom and win and just chalk it off, I think we'd all take what happened Monday night. Love to go there, play great, win 3-0 and come home and be dancing. But 1-0 will be a great result for Everton, because it really is coming down to just get as many points as we can.
I just really hope it's not one of those games that either we almost fall into the trap of West Brom being
like disrespecting them.
No. That thing of maybe starting slow and they nick a goal and then
you're hanging on.
Then you're trying to get back in the game. Or the other thing is just like it's a great opportunity and then you haven't got the players for it. Do you know what I mean? So,
but that's a season.
No, that's one of those things that you can't complain about those things. You just have to go.
I always look and go, you can piece other places in your team if you've got goals in your team. And we've got Richarlison, Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Josh King hasn't scored yet, but we know that he can put the ball in the net. So we've got a goal threat and we carry a threat off set pieces. So stay in the game, keep it nice and tight, and maybe it is the game to play them three and go, we're actually just going to turn you. We're going to get you running towards your own goal and break up, 4-1-4-1. One centre-back, centre-back can look after one striker. If Everton are nice and solid along the back four, then the midfield only has to really kind of just be compact.
Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting, but who knows? Fingers crossed we can get the result. Let's have a look at this match info. That is, I don't really like jinxing anything, and there's a lot of positive Everton stuff here.
Leave it then.
Everton are unbeaten in the last 8 away games. That's incredible, really, for us, isn't it? Six wins and 2 draws. Everton have only failed to score in 1 of their 12 Premier League away games this season. Which is mad. Fewer than any other side. Dominic Calvert-Lewin has scored 8 of their 20 away goals this season. Only Romelu Lukaku scored more. He got 9 in 2015 and 2016.
Could beat that, Dom, no problem.
So Dom could beat that. That's a really good one, isn't it? 25% of West Bromwich Albion's Premier League goals this season have been scored by defenders. The highest ratio in the competition.
Doesn't shock me.
Centre-back Kyle Bartley scored at the weekend. Sam Allardyce has lost 4 of his last 7 Premier League games against clubs he's already managed in the competition. And this is the first time he's managed against Everton since leaving the club in 2018.
Well, again, that's another big thing for him, isn't it? Another, he'll want to send a message out to the hierarchy. But we'll have to wait and see. This, and I'm not taking this game for granted. I think it's going to be a very tough game.
I think it'll be similar to Sheffield United when we went there. That kind of game where they could beat you, but
I do think
these have got
a bit more of a game plan, and I think
got a bit more of an attacking threat
more
than Sheffield United
as well. So I think it'll be huge if we can get 3 points in this. I really do think it'll be a huge one again, where it's like if you could get 2 wins in a week and you've
Let's be honest, we're probably going to sit here if we keep winning games most weeks going. This is a big one. It just happens when you're going for stuff, and because the way the league is. The big thing for me,
no one wants a dip at this point.
No, and the big thing for me, just now before we finish, is there's an opportunity to put distance between the likes of Villa. It certainly seems like Arsenal. I know we've got the points back, but are just there. But it'd be if you're Villa trying to chase Everton and Spurs and they keep winning, it becomes that thing of the miles away. What do we do to get above them? And also, West Ham are miles ahead of us the other week, it seemed. And if we win in this, we go above them. So big game.
Big game.
Let's do it. Just go and get the win.
Just go and get the win. Get 3-0 for half time.
Dom, get a first half hat-trick. Take you over 20 goals. We move on then.
There you go. Let us know your thoughts in the comments on this one. It's going to be a tough one. It is going to be a tough one. So let us know your thoughts. Don't forget, make sure you give this a like. Subscribe if you haven't already. If you want more great videos. Exclusive videos early, live daily videos, join us on Patreon. The link is in the description. It's also on the screen now. Thank you for watching. See you later.